Welcome to Assessment 101. After completing this module, you will understand the purpose of assessment, how it pertains to your role within residence life, and the importance of assessment. In student affairs, assessment is now the cornerstone of our ability to plan, improve, and most importantly, survive. It is the main tool that student affairs professionals use to share the work that they do, the creative twist student staff are adding, and what our students are learning. It is a key component of our foundation. Because assessment is so key, it plays many different roles and has many different purposes. The main purposes of assessment include celebrating successes, resource allocation, emphasizing our mission, having a culture of accountability, demonstrating impact, improving learning, and informing planning and decision-making. When measuring assessment, we want to be proud and open about how our students and staff are thriving and learn from where we have gaps. Assessment is the main tool we use to gather information on our students' learning and development in the residence community. We use that information to highlight and showcase the major successes and accomplishments of our students in residence. It also shows how our community is a living being by always continuing to learn and grow. Assessment allows professional staff to articulate to high-up officials in the university why our department needs to continue to receive resources. It also shows university officials the great work that is being done, the learning that is happening, and the growth that is occurring. This allows the professional staff to advocate on behalf of the students, peer educators, and the department for more resources, especially when we are working on expanding and improving the residence experience. By using assessment with our students, we can highlight how Carleton's and the Housing Department's mission statements are being met. Our mission statement is to promote a positive residence community experience by offering a safe living environment with a variety of supportive services to our students as they pursue academic and personal success. And to our summer guests seeking an affordable accommodation alternative, we work in a professional, caring, and collaborative manner with regard for the diversity of the people we serve to earn their trust, appreciation, and respect. Living in residence at Carleton University will cultivate engaged leaders in their current and future communities. Being accountable to our learning goals helps our students see where we are going and ideally help them reach those end goals. It should allow students to know where they are headed and make progress within their personal self-awareness, development of positive relationships, and participation in community engagement. The culture of accountability creates a constant feedback and learning loop for both students and staff members. This loop allows students to share what they have learned in a lesson with the peer educators, who then pass that information on to professional staff. Professional staff then close that loop by collecting and analyzing the data, finding common themes and sharing that information back with the students and the student staff, who then share it through infographics and knowledge sharing. It helps students knowingly or unknowingly keep track of their own development and provides staff with a clear picture of student development. By being transparent with our learning goals, assessment opens the door for students to see how they are impacting residence life and gives them the tools to better engage with their community. It allows the department and the university to see what our students are learning and how they are learning it. It shows that as a department, we are reaching our students where they are at, essentially on their level. While assessment is showing us what our students are learning, it is also showing us the gaps in our teachings, how we can address the gaps in future strategies, and helps us adjust in the moment to better help our students. Assessment is a tool to measure what matters most. It works to show us how we can constantly improve the student's experience in residence. The key feature of assessment is to implement what we learn from it and constantly improve. By following through and making an evidence-based plan, our students can see that their opinions matter, their voice is heard, and ideally, they'll be more willing to engage in everything that we do. That being said, we cannot expect our students to jump from 0 to 60 on the first day. The learning must be scaffolded and tiered, with constant upward movement. Scaffolded learning is the concept of giving students the steps they need to reach the end goal. It is like a ladder. If one step is missing, the climber will fall. It is the same for our students. The student will not succeed and possibly fail. We cannot expect students to learn without giving them the proper support and resources needed to reach the goal. For example, if we want students to learn how to live respectfully in a community, but we do not explain what respect and reasonable quiet are, and role model that behavior in the community, how can we expect them to know? You have to slowly build a foundation of learning to move students up the ladder to the more in-depth content. We cannot jump straight to the top. Assessment helps us measure this scaffolded learning, and it spans all levels of residence life, from residence managers to the student staff, and the student staff to the students. Residence life staff members are expected to engage with their students and build rapport. act as peer educators, and execute assessment techniques from the curriculum to gather information on the student learning in their communities. In the lesson plans, the residence life staff will be asked to compile the top themes from each assessment into a list to give to their residence manager. By sorting through the information provided by the students, the RFs will look for similarities and themes in common within the responses. After collecting the information, they gather and group it into the top trends and send it to their residence managers. Residence managers take the top trends from the floors and organize it into top trends for the buildings they supervise. They share this information with the residence life staff team and supervisory team. The coordinators take the information from the residence managers and their own teams and find the top trends for residents as a whole. These themes are then shared with the resident students, staff, and the supervisory team, closing the feedback loop. The assistant director takes this information and shares it with key stakeholders and campus partners to help tell our story, how successful we are at meeting the needs of students and societal needs, and helps to allocate the resources needed. As you can see, assessment plays an integral role in our resident student experience. Assessment is viewed as part of an integrated, collaborative learning experience. As residence life staff members, you get the opportunity to help us improve the residence experience for our students and make this year the best one possible.